Hello, beautiful people! It's Bonnie Gillespie. Starting late. I got so completely in my head about all the stuff that I have to do that I went, oh, don't pay attention to what time it is and pay attention to that little weird thing on my hair. Oh my God. So I just came back from Pilates class, which I'm obsessed. Today was workout number, I don't know what, because I worked out, was it twice on Sunday? Between pole and Pilates, I'm working out too much. And I actually asked Keith today. I was like, at what, or last night. No, today. Whatever. Doesn't matter. I asked Keith, at what point does the body just stop being so ridiculously sore? Because I'm thinking, like, there are people who are, professional athletes and people who own gyms and things that work out all the freaking time, and they can't possibly walk around being so sore all the time. And he's like, no, they're not sore all the time, but they're the kind of sore that is my body has to keep moving, because if I'm not moving, I'm not serving my body with the stuff that it needs. And so the fact that I then will have these periods of time where I sit at my desk for sometimes 12 hours straight means that my body will ache like a mofo. And so that is the situation that I'm finding myself in. And so, like, this morning I got up and I was just like, I didn't sleep because my body just kept going ow, 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 like the tops of my shoulders. Why? The tops of my shoulders. I don't understand. But anyway, I'm just killing time waiting for y'all to load on in. So hooray, welcome. If you did not read today's Bond Blast, which was all about, are you living in the past? That is what we're going to be talking about today, as well as any questions that y'all have. We can make this kind of like an Ask Me Anything if you want. Let me see if I can try and get the light balance just a little bit better on this camera. It looks like it's reading a little dark because I'm definitely not this tan, although I need to get, oh my gosh, juice as a recovery. Thank you, Aaron. Wait, does this have pineapple in it? No. I have the spring cleaner with some adaptogens in it. It's cucumber, green apple, ginger, lime, and mint. No pineapple in this one, but thank you. Pineapple juice is a recovery drink. Okay, good. Hello, David. Good to see you. Hi, Tanya. Yes, Claire. Hello. Good. Yay, good. Tanya, I'm glad you liked it. I started writing it and I was going to do a total mindset thing. I actually had it in my mind. I'd been listening to Abraham Hicks, doing my Wii Fit, my morning usual. And I started thinking about how just by vocalizing things that happened in the past, just by talking about what we've overcome or what we went through, even if it's whatever forever long ago, we reactivate that and we keep it current longer than it needs to be current. And we make it part of our story. And if we tell the story too much, man, it starts to become what my friend Bree calls a bory. Like it's not just a story, it's a bory. When we're telling it too much and when it's just, oh my God, nobody fucking cares. Just do your work, be good at what you do. Don't be a pain in the ass to be around. And so I was going to do a total mindset piece about how when we are stuck in the past about anything, we keep it current, we keep it present, we make it a part of our now, and that's totally optional. We absolutely don't have to ever reactivate anything that's ever been a part of our past. And so that's how I started writing the Fired Up Friday Bond Blast. And then as I started working on it, I was like, you know what nuts and bolts wise this means is your credits, like the stuff that's on your resume, the footage that you're carrying around, the stuff that you're putting on your website, the things you think are important to mention in your bio or in your cover letter, like the number of times that we specifically list off things that not only don't help us, but actually hurt us in the eyes of the buyer is kind of spectacular. It's amazing how often we think we need to remind people about things that we've done in the past, as if that's the only thing that matters today. And it's funny because I do this too. Hey Andrew, I do this for whenever I'm speaking somewhere and Keith gets on me about it. Hey Ariel, Caroline, check your spam filter promo tab. we've had some deliverability issues with Yahoo lately, and we have steps on my website. Actually, Aaron will drop the link in here as me so that y'all can click it. There's a page on bonniegillespie.com/email-fix that will walk you through all the steps you need to take. And even if you're like, yeah, I know all about the promo tab, I know all about spam filter, it's not there. The steps that we outline on the website, when you do them, if you're using Yahoo or Gmail or AOL or another free web-based, generally email provider, doing those steps actually will free the email from the server level, because our stuff is actually sometimes being blocked even before it hits your computer. So it's not about you knowing how to check your spam filter or promo tab. It's about taking these steps to teach your system that our email is not only welcomed but invited, that it then, which I guess means the same thing, welcomed and invited, whatever, that will allow it to drop from the server, and you'll find that it actually dumps into your archived mail, and it will be sometimes not just our mail, but lots of other people's messages that have been missing. So yes, thank you for dropping that link there, right there as me in the link. You can click that to make sure that you get the Bond Blast, because it happens. Anytime you're using a free email service, it's going to happen. Stuff's going to get trapped like that. So anyway, what I was saying is that when I go and speak to a group or teach a group, like if I'm doing a college talk or something like that, I will find myself feeling like I need to give my bio before I launch into all the actor advice. So I'll get going and be like, well, okay, so I started out as a kid actor in Atlanta, and then I'll give some details about the level of work that I was doing there in that minor market, and then I will talk about how I moved out to LA, and then I got a Golden Handcuffs job, and then I wasn't really ready for the whole, like, oh my God, LA's the Super Bowl of acting thing. And so I went back to grad school after the Northridge quake, and then had the age 28 epiphany. And then I came back, and I was, only going to say yes to jobs that were like disposable crap jobs. And one of those disposable crap jobs was as a floater temp at Backstage. And then one day they asked me if I could write, and I was like, I'll see what I can do, secretly having 2 journalism degrees. And I was like, okay, sure, I'll see what I can do. Wrote the thing, and then got the job that ended up being the big turning point in my career, to interviewing hundreds of casting directors and creating casting cues and self-management for actors and blah, 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 blah. Okay. Nobody fucking cares. Nobody fucking cares. And Keith has to remind me this every time. He's like, you spend a full 5 minutes telling these people who have gathered to find out from you what they need to do today to get more work, to have more joy, to get an agent, to move up a tier, and you're telling them your credentials. And I'm like, well, yeah, because why should they listen to me? I need to explain to them that I interviewed all these casting directors, and I amassed massive amounts of data and really examined patterns and went full on journalism school, grad school brain research on their ass to get clear about what the patterns are and what this business is about, and do all the demystifying. And I'm like, I think that stuff is incredibly important to why you should ever listen to anything that I have to say. And Keith's like, nobody cares. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. You could seriously say, I just came off the turnip truck. I know nothing about nothing, but here's some advice that I have about improving your relationship with your agent. And people will be like, oh my God, falling all over themselves, and then possibly even going, here, have all my money, because they're so excited about the advice, not giving a shit where your cred comes from. I care too, Kimberly. I agree, Victoria. I think people need to know the story. I care. I feel that it's relevant. I think my buyers care, and I wouldn't really want to work with people who didn't care. But the point in all of that is I probably could make it more succinct. I probably could hit the quick and dirty highlights rather than spending as long as I do telling the whole story. And my point in bringing this up is that this relates to you as an actor. This relates to you as someone who might have on your resume stories that are bories. You may have a little extra in your bio. You may have a little too much in your cover letter. Your website may be a scroll and scrapbook of nobody cares. And when you really put it through the mind of the buyer, it is probably going to benefit you to trim a little. And you know the difference between getting a really great haircut and shaving your head. So I'm not talking about being ruthless. Oh man, I meant to respond to her on my blog before I got on here and I ran out of time. Thank you. Thanks, Aaron. I appreciate that. Yeah, Keith's cold-blooded. We know that. Yeah, we know that. Yeah, when there was someone who commented on my blog today, following up on the bond blast, and she was like, I agree, I hear what you're saying, but, and then she gave all the arguments that I actually said in the email and in the blog post you're going to give, which is, well, if I cut everything, then I don't have anything, and if I don't have anything, the agents say that they can't sign me because I don't have anything, so what am I supposed to do? And I mean, I get it. Of course, that's where we have to realize that a lot of what agents are telling us are stoppers. Stoppers, y'all know. If you've not read the article on stoppers, Aaron will drop the link in here as my identity so that you can click on it. The deal on stoppers, plain and simple, it's code for I don't see a way to make money off you today. That's it. So anytime you're given a stopper of you need more credits, you're not in the union, you don't live in LA, you only have an O1 and we need full green card. I mean, whatever, you're too old. These are stoppers. Stoppers, 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 stoppers. Stoppers means I don't see money, I don't know how to make money on you today. Stopper. So when you are chasing stoppers, it can get very enticing and you can get eager to do something like fix a non-problem. And I'm all about let's not fix non-problems. Let's label non-problems as non-problems and actually do the work. Just create the content that shows the buyers what it is that you're about. Lean into the yeses that show the buyers who you are as a storyteller. Do the damn work. Don't get distracted by things that are just non-buyers telling you that they are non-buyers. Because once they've identified themselves as non-buyers, great, move on. I do not need to figure out how to help you once you've told me I'm not into you. I'm like, great. We don't need to keep talking. You're not into me? Moving on. Hopefully you are too. But actors get into the headspace of, well, if I could just fix something, change something, I could then be attractive enough to that agent to get the agent, and I so desperately need an agent. And I'm like, if you're having that conversation with yourself, what do you bet? You are not yet at the tier where you need an agent. What do you bet? You think, oh, and Alexis, I so hope you're watching this. And you know what? It's not a problem because I will be able to take the link to this replay and put it in my comment back to Alexis at my blog, and hopefully she'll come back if she's not here live, and watch this. And so, hi, Alexis. I'm hoping you're here, because what I want you to hear is if you're having this conversation with yourself and feeling kind of powerless, it's quite possible that you don't need to fix anything in order to be attracted to these agents yet, because you're not yet at the tier where having an agent is going to be that helpful to you. And so you're kind of chasing something that is a non-thing right now. And at the current tier, you need to be focused on strategic yeses and even more strategic nos to the level of work that you can get on your own through Actors Access and Backstage and LA Casting or New York Casting, or depending on where you are, Spotlight and all the various other sites that are out there for you around the world where you can self-submit. Because there are projects at that very first tier that don't require an agent, because an agent isn't going to make enough commission off those low budget projects where they're interested in you anyway. So you can build up momentum and build up credits and build up footage, build up experience. So then when you're sitting with the agent, y'all can agree, okay, now I'm about to move to the tier where the level of work that I'm going to do would be attractive to an agent because of the level of commission that they're going to get off hustling on my behalf. See how that works? Hey, Alex, glad you're here. Cool. Claire, put the best stuff on the resume and best of the most recent, then a little note saying older credits on request. I like that a lot because, you know, we all are sharing our highlights. We all can say credits upon request, that there are more out there. Of course, we've done other things. I mean, if we go to the analogy, one of the analogies, I realized I used like 4 different analogies in the email. Thank you for going on the journey with me. Yeah, Tanya, the bomb blast is about cutting the fat and getting to the meat of who you are. Well said. Another great analogy. The clarity of the losing the virginity and then all the sexual partners analogy, I hope, was a little wake-up call. Because if you imagine going out on every first date going, hey, I've had a lot of sex. Here's my list of partners. This is actually my list of sexual partners. Just kidding. It's much longer than that. Sorry, Keith. If you start out every first date with, here's my list of all my sexual partners, no matter what the number is, that's a weird choice. I don't recommend that. I don't. And I don't recommend it for actors. I don't recommend that as a storyteller, you lead off with, let me show you all I've done. Because you've made some bad choices. Because I know you have. Because you're human. And you said yes to that jackass and then realized, oh my God, I can't use any of this footage because there's a boom shadow across my face the entire time. Or the sound is, oh my God, I can't, this is no. Or you're in the play and realize I can't invite anybody to come see this because this place smells like mildew. And I'm not interested in bringing industry over here where like we got to Febreze the seats before they come to see my play. Yeah, Andrew, did you like that? The sweaty and twitchy kid. You know it. You know the difference between the sweaty and twitchy kid. Like he's nervous that he's going to get found out to be inexperienced. And if you're not nervous about being found out to be inexperienced, you don't mind being selective in what you list. And I almost told this story in the email and decided to save it for this talk because I knew we were going to be gathering here today. Yeah, so many Uggs, Kimberly. That many? Let me count. How many Uggs in your little your emoji sex life? I don't want to count. That's scary. I know, right? I mean, maybe that's your acting sex life, not your sex life. So we'll just, either way. But either way, you don't have to put them all out there. Aaron, as my grandmother was fond of saying, I was wrong once. I like it. Yeah, good, Victoria. Yes, Febreze the seats. You know the theater, right? Theaters. There's a few. But you know it, right? It's like, that's not how Next Tier You wants to be showcased. No, not really. Not really. It's kind of icky. It's funky. Okay, so here's the story that I didn't put in the email that I knew I would be able to share with y'all. Am I seriously this bruised up? Good God, y'all. That's crazy. This is the new one I got. Wait, where is it? Can you see it? Yesterday. Oh, it doesn't look as bad on camera. That's good. Okay. We were doing some crazy shit last night in pole class. Anyway, yes. No, Victoria, funky smell theaters, so not on brand for you. Oh my God, no. That's a horrible brandy rotor for you. Don't do that. Okay, so once upon a time, some of y'all already know this story. I was casting a very high budget film for my tier as a casting director, and one of the things that happened was we got to take all the meetings at all the fancy agencies. Holy crap, what an experience. What an experience to get to go into like the alphabets, WME. This is, before, actually this is before it was WME. So it was Endeavor and William Morris and CAA and ICM, but now WME would be the one. ICM, CAA, Paradigm. I don't know. They're part of the alphabets, even though they're not the alphabets. APA, these big UTA level agencies. To get to go in and have meetings at these agencies as a casting director, at this point, I think I'd been casting 5 years. I mean, I was brand new. That was like, holy crap, to get invited to sit at the $50,000 conference table and have the, little assistants with the lattes running around and then stacks of binders being put in front of us because we're about to get these presentations of all the actors that they want to put in this movie that I'm casting. And so I'm there with producers of the film. We don't have a director yet because one of the things we're also doing is taking meetings with actors who want to direct. And so we're getting pitches from their agents about, well, he would come on as the star of your film if he also can direct and things like that. So here we are at the $50,000 conference table at William Morris. Again, pre-Endeavor merger. So we're at the $50,000 conference table, got the little assistants running around with the latte cart and all that stuff. And I'm just like taking it all in because I'm like, I don't know how often I'm going to get to do this kind of tier level work, but I am taking notes. I am using my eidetic memory and pulling it all into my brain and just like that. I'm what's it? Terminator, where it's like, and then assessing everything and the lines are going, and I'm like, I've got everything's like, I'm totally taking it all in. All right. Cause this is a crazy, wild experience. And so the binder they put in front of me first is that, which I still have, and it's not a binder, it's a bound, like a Kinko's bound notebook, a presentation notebook of all the actors role by role that they want to pitch for this film that I'm casting. And what I love about this book is that this was bound in the William Morris Print Center. Like, they have their own Kinko's. I mean, my God, the building's a city. So like there's this stack of these things, and everybody has one at our seats, or they've been passed around as we sit down, and there's the name of the film on the front, like it's all embossed with the, at the William Morris color logo, the whole, like everything's all metallic boss. Like, oh my God, this thing's like, they're just hemorrhaging money and nobody cares because it's William Morris. So we're going through and flipping as they are talking, the panel of agents are talking us through each of the people that they are pitching for this film. And we get to a really healthy run of actors that I grew up just swooning for. I mean, like, we're in the section of people that I'm like, I would seriously have to pinch myself 20 times if I ever got to cast this person. This is amazing. And we're looking at the people and going, oh, this is great. Now it's not just names on a list, and isn't this exciting? It's like, we're being presented these people and we're being invited to make an offer. And as I'm looking through, I'm realizing these actors' headshots, first of all, are like 10, 12, 15 years old. They're not current. Because they don't need to be. They're name actors. Like, you could draw a stick figure and say, you know, this is Tommy Lee Jones. And I'd be like, okay. Like, there's no reason for these people to have an updated headshot. Because why would they need that, right? So there's that, first of all. And then as I'm flipping onto the side that's the resume, I'm realizing the resume has like a dozen credits. And we get to John Cusack. This is the first one that I noticed it on, because when I was much younger and I couldn't fall asleep, one of the things that I would do to try and fall asleep is name all the John Cusack movies in order. And this would be my form of counting sheep when I was a teenager. And this was pre-IMDb, so it wasn't like I could go look this shit up. This was just my brain remembered all the movies, and they were in order. And then sometimes I would be like, oh, did this one shoot before this one, or did it just come out before this one? And, you know, so I would rearrange them and all that. Anyway, so of course I know John Cusack's IMDb inside and out at this point, and at every point in my age 15 plus life. And so I flip to look at the resume, and it's like 10 credits. And I'm going, and then I flip to Mel Gibson, 6 credits. And as I continue now looking, instead of feeling all the wonder of being in this room and how exciting it is, and oh my God, we're going to get to offer these awesome actors these places in this film that I'm casting, and isn't life wonderful? I'm now going, hang on, what can I take away from this to teach people in terms of the self-management for actors world and the advice that I give? Nobody's listing every single thing they've ever done at a certain tier. And the fact that in earlier tiers, you feel the need to overpack your resume with everything, especially when everything includes stuff no one has ever seen, stuff that never did well at festivals or never went to a festival at all, stuff that never won an award, stuff that you had to go buy it from Amazon to get to see it. The footage was when you looked at it, you know, it's nothing that anybody's going to go, oh yes, I remember seeing that in theaters, or that's a show that aired and I remember the TV show. When we're talking that level credits, to keep all of them on your resume in some twisted space of your brain because you think that more of those equals less risk in the eye of the buyer, is to really misunderstand the purpose of the resume, the purpose of the demo reel, even the purpose of the website, the cover letter, the bio, all of it, the headshots. Y'all, when you take a look at an actor's Access profile for upper tier level actors, and they all have it because they have a breakdowns account, and so even if they don't run an Actors Access account for themselves because they're not self-submitting, their agent has an account for them. So I can go through and search all of these from the casting side. The actors who work have 2 headshots, some 3, some 1. And when an actor has 10 headshots, 12 headshots, 15 headshots, I can see the desperation. I can feel the energy that's behind that of I'm just trying everything. I don't know what's going to work, so I'm going to try everything. And there's something that happens at those upper tiers where it's like, I know that what you are looking for when you hire me is this. And this looks a certain kind of way. And I don't need 10 pictures to describe it. And I don't need 10 credits to describe it. And I certainly don't need 30 credits to describe it. And y'all, I think the sooner we lean into that, the better. I think the earlier on that you start getting strategic about what you put in front of the buyers, the better. The faster your tier trajectory, the faster your ascent to the next tier, the quicker you make a move from copy credit meals to paid projects, from paid projects but small low budget things to studio level projects, to actual network television, from co-star to guest star, from guest star to recurring, and so on. I think the sooner you are strategic in what you're showing the buyers you do, the better. So that is why I believe this whole living in the past thing is not healthy for you. Yes, from a nuts and bolts perspective of like the shit that you keep around on your resume, the stuff you feel the need to mention in your bio, what you highlight in your cover letter, how many headshots you keep around, what your website looks like. Yes, all of that, but also just energetically, I think the more that you are hinging on those or hanging on those credits from the past and those experiences from the past, the harder you make the buyers for the future projects. The harder you make it for them to really see where you're headed. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Jay, how many headshots do you have? Because if we really take a look at it, the people who are working all the time, they do not have 20 headshots. They do not have 15 headshots. They do not have 12 headshots. They do not have 10 headshots. They don't have 8 headshots. They don't have 5 headshots. They seriously have 1, 2, or 3 headshots. And most of them have 1 or 2. True story. But it's that whole like, well, I got to be everything. Because what if I'm wrong? And there it is. It comes down to day 3, getting gear for the next tier, knowing you're enough. Doesn't it all always come back to knowing you're enough? Because if you know you're enough and you know what you're selling, Kimberly's got 3 headshots. Yes, correct. Atta girl. That is correct. Jill, they probably don't have those creepy as fuck slate shots either. No, they don't. Jill. And you, Jay, you have 2, maybe 3. Perfect. Awesome. 'Cause you know. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now look, if you got an agent who says, I need you to have a creepy as fuck slate shot, or I need you to have 10 headshots. Yes, Ariel, you know it does, girl. You know it does. It all comes back to knowing you're enough. Absolutely, every time. Because if you trust you're enough, you don't need all the shit. You don't need all the shit. It's like the richest people don't walk around wearing all the jewelry that says, hey, look at me. Do you see all my new money? No. The richest people, they put that shit in the bank. They don't wear it. They wear some. But no. They're not like, look, did you see? Look, I have money. It's like, no. you don't have to walk around and tell me if you have money. Because if you have money, I can tell. And not by the jewelry you're putting on. Nope. The, what was I going to say on that? I got distracted by the jewelry. I did. Ooh. 2 headshots on Ariel, yes. The more you live at Big Ol' 5, Katie, the more you see how it impacts every aspect of the work. Yes, ma'am. Jamie, my agent, big SMFA supporter, doesn't allow more than 2. Good agent. Glad to know. Thank you, Jamie. And thank you. That brings me back around to what it was. If your agent says, I need 10 headshots and one of them needs to be a creepy talking one in order to get you in front of the buyers, first of all, ask yourself if this is a hell yes agent. If this is a hell yes agent, you got to supply them with the tools they need. Fact. You've already decided they're a hell yes. They say they need these things. You give them the things they say they need. Let's trust that. Let's trust that. But if they are not a hell yes agent, and you run around trying to give them the tools they say they need, you are giving them the tools they say they need to do a job that isn't a hell yes job for your next tier. So what do you think's going to happen? What do you think's going to happen? You give them all the ingredients to make a shitty soup. It's going to be a shitty soup. And then you're going to break up with that agent. You're going to dump them a year later. Then you're going to come back to me and tell me how horrible this business is. And I'm going to say, you know, you really should have listened to me back when I said you should be sure you're with a hell yes and maybe consider not being with an agent until it's a hell yes. Put that work into the research. Figure out who it is that is your hell yes. And don't settle. Don't settle. It's not cool for you. Okay, my adaptogens are getting sandy. Getting sandy. All right, what questions do y'all have? That's it. That's what I wanted to say about living in the past. That's really it. Pick the best of the credits. Pick the ones that say, oh my God, yes, this is representative of exactly what next tier me is capable of. And you don't need to see everybody else. You don't need the full list of everybody I've ever slept with. It's not going to help you. Yes. Are you targeting your hell yes right now? Oh, that's good, Elisa. Good. Aaron, spring cleaner. This one was better than the first one I had. So, I don't know, as I see that I totally got some adaptogen smooch on my face. The first one I had was from a different batch, and it was okay. It wasn't very strong. This one had a nice ginger kick to it, and I don't know if it's because I let it sit so long before I drank it or what, but I'm more a fan than I was. But it's still not going to replace my beloved pipe cleaner. No way. No way. Love you, Tony. Awesome, AJ. Welcome. Glad you're here. Glad you're having fun joining us. Please make sure, y'all, if you're not already on the list for Bond Blasts, that you get yourself on there. BonnieGillespie.com is the website that will get you access to the hot sheets and the free quarterly call. And when you sign up and confirm that you want to get emails from me, you get access to the SMFA Top 20, which is a half-hour audio of me telling you 20 things you can do to improve the state of your career right now today. So how's that? How's that for the price of an email address? For what it's worth, you can't see anyone else's comments. Mercury retrograde is messing with you, Victoria. Yeah. It does relate, Andrea Lee. Yes, it does. It does indeed. How about including your non-acting past? Claire. Depends. Depends. Claire, if we're talking about on a resume, there are some buyers that love knowing you had a degree that had nothing to do with acting. It's a talking point, especially if it's on brand. Like, let's say you play a librarian all the time and you have a degree in library science. I mean, yes, because that's so, it makes perfect sense. Same with accounting, same with if you have a law degree and you always play lawyer, of course, that kind of stuff is very interesting from a talking point perspective. That said, there are buyers out there that think anytime that you highlight something that's non-acting, it's just reminding the buyers that you think of acting as a hobby. And I'm going to say that really depends on your buyers and it depends on your tier, because at a certain tier, everybody knows everybody's had a full life. Everybody knows that people went to school and may or may not have studied acting. And I'm not thinking it's a problem that you didn't get a degree in acting, because I don't need you to have had a degree in it in order to be able to fill the part. But there are some buyers who have a different frame of reference for that, and feel much more passionate about having like an MFA from conservatory and all that sort of stuff. And so they don't want you to distract their attention from any acting stuff that you've done with any non-acting stuff. So I would say research your buyers and let that data tell you. And then also feel free, if you don't want to put it on your resume, to mention it in your cover letter, like, or in your bio. Like, it's a fun fact that, oh, I also spent whatever number of years doing this kind of work over here, and whatever, whether it's school or an actual career that you once had. That kind of stuff can be incredibly interesting, but doesn't necessarily have to take up real estate on your resume. Tony, you've been taking down your older clips on Actors Access, AA. Actors Access that aren't relevant. Good. I'm glad. Yes, your New York mornings are starting to feel very crisp. Thank you, Andrew. You know, because that was your assignment. Your assignment was to make sure that it wasn't hot ass New York when I get there in September, because I never come in September, because sometimes it can be like armpit hot, humid, not okay. And I decided I'm coming to New York in September because you promised me you could make sure I got an early fall. So thank you for making that happen. I appreciate it. We're going to have so much fun. Oh my God, you guys, I cannot wait to go to New York. I'm so ready. I'm so ready. I'm like, I can't even believe I thought that I wouldn't go to New York this year. I like it, just because of how obsessed I am now with getting there and all the fun things we're going to do. I'm like, I can't believe that I thought about not going until next year. That said, looks like I'm going to be going twice in 2018. Looks like I will go in May and October of 2018 because of how awesome things have lined up for us for September. So hooray. Elisa, finally plugging into all the resources. Well, great. I'm so glad you are finally plugging in. That's one thing I've never heard is somebody say, I wish I had waited longer to get started on my self-management for actors journey. So yay, Rosalie, weather perfection. Awesome. I can't wait. I'm so excited. Yes, okay, positive woo-woo for good New York weather. Yes, please, please. Okay, John, great advice. Always been hard. Pruned my resume every year. I think the most egregious mistake is using an old headshot. I'm shocked how often I see that, especially from older actors. The pressure to look younger is intense, but using an old headshot to get in the door is a losing game. Using any headshot that misrepresents you in any way, weight, age. Oh my God, there's one of our ninjas has a very large mole on her face that she airbrushes out of her headshots. And I sat her down at one point and said, girl, that mole comes in the room with you. Having it airbrushed off your headshot just means that the first thing I'm going to do when you come in to audition for me is write on your resume, big ass mole on forehead, because you take it off of your headshot and that's completely misrepresenting yourself. It's like people who take their headshots with their mouths closed because they're embarrassed about their teeth. And I'm like, I need to know what your teeth look like. You're not like, when you're acting, you're going to open your mouth. So I need to know what the situation is. So any of it, if it's using a headshot that's really flattering in any direction, is not benefiting you. It's like having a typo in your business card where the phone number is. And I'm going to try and reach that number, and I'm going to get it wrong because I can't reach you because it's a wrong number. Same thing with the headshot. You're giving me something that is a misrepresentation of who you are. And it's not going to serve you in the end. I mean, yeah, you get in the room, but you get in the room for the wrong role. You get in the room and you waste my time, and like that's not going to help you. John, I'm so excited too. I cannot wait. Flaviana, when am I coming to London? I want to come next year. I want to. I really would like to bring Keith this time and do more than just London. I'd like to do a couple cities in Europe. So I think 2018 might be the time. Keith and I are kind of starting to talk about it and plan for it and see what we can budget. So a lot will just depend. Yeah, money, Tony. A lot will depend on what's up with us financially as to what we're able to budget, because it looks like we're going to have to print self-management for actors again. 4th edition, looks like we're going into the 4th printing, 4th quarter of this year. Oh my God, sweet Jeebus. Sweet Jeebus, the book keeps selling. The book keeps selling. Yes, take everything that's part of you to the bank. I totally told you that, Tony. Yes. Money in the bank. Yes, sir. It is exciting, Flaviana. I hope it works out. I mean, again, we gotta do another print run of the book. We've got my trip to New York coming up here in September. Keith and I are both going to Hawaii in October for a secret wedding. Oh my God, so excited. And so right now, just budgeting for things is, it's math. Let's all take a European ninja excursion. Can we? Can we do that? Let's. Claire, is Dublin a real hotspot for acting and specifically business of acting? Like, here's the thing. I need to know that I have more than like 2 or 3 hardcore ninja, like serious students in a market before I go to it, because in order for it to be affordable, I have to make sure that I can actually make back the money that it costs to get there in the classes that I teach or working with the private coaching clients. And so just investment wise, I need to make sure that it's a place where more than 1 or 2 ninjas exist. That's why going to New York is like easy choice, because, oh my God, there's so many ninjas in New York, and more than ever before, apparently. When I go back in May of 2018, I think what we're going to do is actually 3 levels of courses. Because we now have enough alumni that we kind of need to have like a beginner class, and then an intermediate, like your alumni and experienced, yes, and then a high-end exclusive invitation only level, because I think we are learning now that we've got populations that are very much like they are in LA, where we need to structure them even more specifically, which is amazing. A Tuscany retreat. John, I like the way you think. Ninja cruise, Victoria says. Tony says do an SMFA cruise. All right, Vicky Sue, you're on that. That's all you, girl. Make it happen. Figure that out. How do we do an SMFA cruise? I know at one point, Jill, who was on here earlier, I don't know if she still is, did some recon for us on doing a ninja cruise, because we were specifically looking at how we could create something like that. And it's a little ridiculous, but oh my God, how much fun would that be? Like if everybody goes on this cruise and for a week we're on this boat, and yes, everybody's doing all the amazing fun things that you do on a cruise, but then for a few hours a day, we're also doing all the SMFA stuff. I'm in. I'm totally in. I think this sounds amazing. So, yeah, we'll see. I'm down for all of it, y'all. Yes. Okay. Andrew would like to go on a cruise with Victoria, please. And David is in, and Kristen, thumbs up. Yes. Okay. We can totally do a ninja cruise. All right, Victoria, you're it. You're it. Nope, Andrew, you can't be everyone. It can't be everyone. You already said you want to go on a cruise with Victoria. You're playing favorites. It's fine. Yeah. Okay, Jill. Yeah. Not as many as there used to be. And Tanya's in for a ninja cruise. Okay. We got it figured out. Fully committed, Alyssa says. Great. Alyssa, I keep going back and forth between Elisa and Alyssa when I say your name, because I know people who say it both ways. And since I don't know which way you say yours, I'm being equally wrong by saying it both ways. Like that way I'm wrong exactly half the time. Yeah, is that true? Oh, Brexit is helping production in Ireland? Good to know. I mean, okay, awesome. Victoria's on it. Yeah, Kristen says, hell yeah. Woo woo. Happy belated, Kristen. Hope your birthday was amazing. Caroline would love an SMFA cruise. Okay, if y'all are some cruising people, we will see what we can put together. What other questions y'all have while I'm on here today? Oh my God, can you believe it's almost September? It was just Mother's Day. What happened? Oh my gosh. Do y'all have questions for me? Are you good? Did you cut some things when you read the Bond Blast? Did you go and like take off a couple credits, or were you already like, no, I'm good? Like Alyssa Milano. Got it. Perfect. Thank you, Alyssa. Done. Yay. I was right the second time. Yeah, well, I just saw my pole sister, Elisa, last night, so that was the first one I went with. But Alyssa. Got it. Done. Thank you. Appreciate it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like my Hello Kitty Band-Aids. All right, so this is day 9 of trying this tactic for fixing my fingernails. So I have these fingernails that all of them have ridges that go down, and that's apparently a hereditary thing. I have ridges that go down on my nails. And the ridges on these 3 have decided to split. And so I actually have splits in my nails, and they are splitting vertically, which is painful. And so I've been trying a whole bunch of things. And the thing I'm trying right now is just keeping them covered so they can grow past the spot where they're split, and please stop splitting. So Kimberly's already there. Good. John took a hatchet to the resume. Vicky Sue trying to add credits so can cut the old stuff. Tony totally took off some credits, mainly cut down theater and live resume stuff. Yeah, if you're doing an on-camera pursuit, it's time. Cut down some, Flaviana, yes. 100 days to 2018 date, September 22nd, Andrew. September 22nd, Andrew. September 22nd is 100 days until 2018. And the reason I'm glad you asked that is because I believe, Aaron can let me know if this is accurate, I believe starting after Labor Day, so about 10 days from now, we're going to do another enrollment for Getting Gear for the next year for the last chance to join in the class of 2017. Because that's my 100-day program, Getting Gear for the next year. Yes. 100-day challenge, Getting Gear for the next year, last chance to be a part of class of 2017. We'll open registration Labor Day or the day after Labor Day. Probably the Bond Blast the day after Labor Day. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. So those of you who are in the program and can be mentors to newbies, start talking it up because you want to get the mentor bonus where both of you get a coaching session with me as, yes, Katie, yes, you can mentor. Yes, 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 you qualify. If you've passed day 70 in your own 100-day journey, you've received the email that tells you how to become a mentor. And then in our private Facebook group, we can talk about how to best go about that and make sure that you're matched with somebody that is going to be a good fit and helpful for you as well. I'm finding the mentors are getting as much out of the mentor-mentee relationship as the mentees, which is awesome. And I'm, of course, loving the coaching calls that we're doing. So, yeah, we'll do one last big enrollment. Alyssa needs a mentor, y'all. Right there. Right there. Yeah, so Getting Gear 100 days till the end of the year is September 22nd. So I would say don't wait till September 22nd to enroll just because you want a few days of buffer. Because if you're like, oh, I can do the 100 and I'm going to start on the 22nd of September, that is a lot of pressure, especially with holidays and everything. And if you're going to be doing any traveling, to try and make sure that you get all 100 in from the 22nd. And so I would say I would start now, next week, whatever, when we open enrollment. But get a mentor. Yes. Getting Gear for the next year is our 100-day challenge. Andrew, yes, find anything that motivates you to say, okay, in these 100 days, I'm going to change this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to improve this. I'm going to go out there and meet next tier me, whatever that is. I heard some people talking about doing a sleep challenge. You're going to do a restart? Okay, Andrew, awesome. Oh, can you post about that in the Dojo Facebook group? Because I'm willing to bet there are some others who are looking to restart. We actually just had someone restart like 2-3 days ago. She emailed me today and said, oh my God, that was the best thing I did. That restart. She was like, just seeing how far I've come since the first time I did it has just been a wonderful mirror to hold up. So, yeah, binge Bonnie, Victoria. Yeah. Well, that's me coming to New York, girl. You're going to get Bond blocked, BG blocked. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Rosalie, awesome. Awesome. Yeah, Rosalie, when you get to 100 days, you can hit restart and come through the 100 one more time. And a lot of people are doing that because they find that the next pass is a completely different experience. Because as you know, I do everything on layers. And so I've presented things in a way that when you hear it the next time or see it the next time or do the work the next time, you're at a different place. Things have shifted for you. And you'll hear things differently. And the comments, of course, and all the work that you've been putting in will start to reflect back to you a completely different situation sometimes. So BG blocked. That's what it is. BG blocked, not bomb blocked. BG blocked. Awesome. Yeah, it's great. Yeah, but anybody who wants to join us, please let me know. I'm happy to answer any questions you've got about Getting Gear for the next year. I am so freaking proud of this program. Angelica, it's not an acting class. It's not craft. It's the business. So if you've read Self-Management for Actors, or if you've been getting the Bond Blasts, and so I've been in your inbox regularly, or you've listened to the podcast, or you've been on my YouTube channel, or hung out with us in the Facebook group, you know that I'm all about demystifying the business side of our creative careers, but also I've been putting a big emphasis on mindset and just really self-care, the relationship that we have with ourselves long-term as artists. And just, it's so much about knowing what you're worth and trusting that you're enough, and being on this journey, having so much joy along the way, so that you are lining up with the right buyers for exactly what it is that you do, brand wise, storytelling wise, and just from a soul level, the kind of people and the kind of stories, kind of people you want to tell stories with, and the kind of stories that you want to make sure get out in the world, because that stuff's really important. And that's what it's all about. So yeah, we do branding. We go through all your tools. We make sure that, you know, you've got your website, your log line, your bio, we work through cover letters. We work through headshots. So it's all the nuts and bolts, all the tools, and your footage, creating your own content, self-taping, setting up your studio. It's all the nuts and bolts stuff. But it's also a lot of deep mindset and self-care. So that's, Andrew, one of the things I was mentioning was, okay, great, Angelica, thanks. I'm glad you have the book. And if you're game, I think the link has been put up here, but I'll put it up again, or I'll have Aaron put it up one more time. So that y'all can click through and go ahead and start now. But I recommend that you start with a mentor. If you can get paired up with a mentor, that is going to be amazing, because it means that both you and your mentor get a free coaching session with me as a part of your enrollment. And you don't want to miss out on that. I mean, free coaching. Why would you not want that? Because that's going to be an opportunity to really fine tune your experience and make sure, just privately, all about you, you're getting your questions answered in a way that's different from what we're doing in the group space for the course pages, where I'm there every day. Like, I'm answering questions there already, but that's in front of others because it's a group workout space. Rosalie, harder time researching managers that rep hyphenates. Wayback would work for people ahead. Wondering if Wayback would work for people ahead. The Wayback Machine? Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that tactic works for sure. Have you hit that day in Getting Gear yet where I specifically talk about that? Uh-huh. Thanks, Keith. Hi, baby. Miss you. So Andrew, what I was mentioning was a sleep challenge. There are some people who are going to actually take some of the Getting Gear work, and specifically about sleep and not setting alarms, and really walling off that time before bed to allow your head to kind of get in that better state for sleep and recovery. And they're going to do a 100-day sleep challenge, which I'm like, oh my God, I love that so much. As you know, from our conversations in the vault and the whole flow theory stuff, no joke on that sleep. Man, that's good. That's addictive. That good sleep shit, man. That'll fix so much. We're all walking around dehydrated and sleep deprived, frankly, and way too media pinged. Ping, 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 ping. It's too much. It's too much. It's too much. Mm-hmm. Don't you love that? 100 days of meditation is good. I mean, if you can do 100 days of meditation, yes. I was thinking, well, I have to stop. I was thinking 100 days of working out, like showing up for my moving meditation, which is WeFit and Abraham Hicks. And I've done long stretches of that before, but I think I need to actually kind of pull back from some of the workout stuff, because I've gotten a little workout obsessed. And I'm okay with it. I love it. I love what it's doing for my body. I mean, it feels really awesome to reshape my body at this age and to just have a completely different relationship with my fitness. But I can also see that I'm just moving addictions around at this point and going, oh, let's pick this one, fitness, yay. So I will probably work on some more mindfulness stuff rather than that. Yes. You in love with some sleep right now, Tanya? Good. That's your lover. That sleep. Yes. Rosalie wants to do sleep challenge. Yes. 100 days of yoga. Ooh, I like that, Alyssa. 9 hours a night, Andrew. No, don't sleep less. 9 is great. 9 is awesome. There ain't nothing wrong with sleeping 9 hours. No. Don't feel you have to sleep less. You're more productive the hours that you are up when you give yourself that much recovery. Most people don't give themselves anywhere close to enough sleep. We need it. Oh my God. I'm working on something for the vault right now that is all about how, because of course fitness related, because that's where I'm obsessed right now, how the calories that we take in are distributed in our bodies. Our brains use 25% of all the calories that we take in. And I was like, oh my God, no wonder I have become a freaking machine since I cleaned up my diet. Like, in addition to the fact that my body has completely transformed and I've dropped all this weight and I'm like just a fucking hoss as far as muscles go. Like, yes, there's all that, but I am a machine for what I'm able to create. And my intuition has been so on fire, and it's all because the quality of stuff that I'm putting in my body. Now all those calories that are going to my brain are of such high quality, and there's nothing poisonous going in to kind of compete and gum up the works. And I'm like, that plus the sleep, yes, all day. 100 days of naps. Victoria, do it. Oh my God, 100 days of naps. I love it. I love it. Check and see if my Pilates studio is doing a 30-day challenge anytime soon. A lot of them do. Huh, okay. Ours is like a little room. I don't know if it's like studio. It's not some big old place. I know, Thalma, it's true. My 98-year-old self is going to be so thankful for this fitness addiction that I'm on right now. You're right. You're right. You're right. Future senior me is going to be so happy that I gave myself all this. Yep. When you're eating right and sleeping, nothing can stop you, Andrew. Amen. Samesies. Like, I'm fucking unstoppable. It's not, oh my God, I can operate on no sleep. Oh my God, I can like grab a bite here, grab a bite there, and then hurry, run out the door. Like, that's not my best self. My best self is the one who is like self-care like a fucking badass. So good. So good. My self-care is like big old 5, no question. Lindsay received a Himalayan salt nightlight. Really? Ooh, Himalayan salt nightlight. Turn it on. Turn on an oil diffuser with some lavender oil. Created a pre-sleep ritual that's comforting and peaceful. Set my intention for the next day. Wake up like, bam, intention set and ready. Lindsay, thank you. That's gorgeous. That reminds me, tomorrow night I'm going to meet with an essential oils lady. Sales rep. Whatever. Because everybody's got to do a damn pyramid scheme to sell something. Like, I can't just go buy doTERRA oils. I have to get like brought into the coven or some shit like that to buy some essential oils. So tomorrow night I'm going to a damn Mary Kay Scientology party. It's none of those. It's a doTERRA party. But I'm going to a doTERRA party so I can get my Amway. Anyway, yes. Yes, awesome. Your non-negotiables during getting gear. Make it so much better. Oh my God. I love it. Lindsay, it's true. And cleaning up the mindset fixes so much, doesn't it? Desiree, I love doTERRA too. I think it smells so good. I would like to just go buy some in a store. I would really just like to go buy a doTERRA that I want. I would like to open it, smell it, buy it, and not have to join a cult. That's my complaint. But that's fine. If that's the only way they're going to sell it to me, I'll go join the cult. Yes, network marketing. Network marketing. Did y'all see how pyramid marketing got rebranded? Yeah, Des, you're buying it from your friends, but you're buying it from friends who went to meet the cult lady that I'm going to go meet. I'm not going to become one. I'm not going to become a sales rep. You're not now going to see Self-Management for Actors sponsored oils. No, Mama's tired. I'm not doing more shit. Although, I told Keith I had a dream that we opened a gym. That's how much fucking time I'm spending at the gym. I told Keith I had a dream that for my 50th birthday, we opened a gym. Who is this? What? No, open a bar, not open a gym. What? Anyway. Yeah. All right, you beautiful people. Love y'all. I know I can hang out forever. You're so much fun. Love y'all. Okay, so cut back. Some headshots. Some credits. Some old lovers. Stop talking about them. Yes, ponies and Pilates for everyone. Ponies, poles, and Pilates for everyone, Rosalie. Yes. Yes. Open a juice bar. Oh my God. You guys, Andrew and Victoria sharing a brain today. That's it. That's it. You're right. That's what I'll do. Okay, new project. First we're going to go on a cruise, and then I'm going to open a soul pole juice Pilates bar thing with the oils. No oils. You can do your oils. It's fine. I'm not selling that shit. No, this is not Amway. No, this is self-tape juice bar. Good cat. I like that. Okay, cut some credits. Start saying yes from a mindful place. Start saying no from a brand protective place. Yes? Good. Awesome. All right. Love you, beautiful people. Thank you for hanging out with me. This was a blast. Have a wonderful weekend. And remember to go to BonnieGillespie.com. If you are watching this replay on YouTube, head over to the Facebook group. Just look up Bonnie Gillespie on Facebook for this replay, or join Self Management for Actors Facebook group. And we'll continue to jam there. Love you, beautiful people. Okay, Rosalie, you're in charge of making test juices in your juicer. We'll try some out while I'm in New York, and then we'll sample and see like which test recipes are going to make it out of the test kitchen and into this place. And I'm going to open when I'm 50, which we have time. Like 50's a couple years out. Jesus Christ, 50's only a couple years out. I need a nap. I love you, beautiful people. Bye. Thanks for hanging out with me. Stay ninja. Mwah.